promised, I have just a quick follow up on the unmocktailed and the plan. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming back. And this is, again, a follow up to the unmocktailed. And this is in reference, of course, to the Biden plan on the basically the unmocktailed and the measures to increase the measures to get those who are not mocktailed. So we'll go with that. We actually have a bit of a response, and I'll just give you just a couple of remarks, some paraphrasing on some of the remarks. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you to the patrons and the subscribers, as well as the viewers like yourself. I'll be right back. All right, and we're back, and welcome to the Real Under. I do believe we're going to make this a record breaking Real Under for you on your Thursday. Thank you so much for coming in. And I just want to say hello to our friends in the chat room. And we'll start with Callie Unknown. How are you? Thank you for coming in. JDog1 Party RE. Thank you so much for coming in. So we're going to get in and out really quickly here. And I'm speaking specifically to the Biden remarks in the plan. And it looks like to me, this is what I've considered. I've talked about this before. There's been, what I'm saying, like these kind of like as if this is possible or legal, these transfers of power or vesting, power or bestowing power in agencies like the DOL or the CDC. And so by that, I mean, in this instance, is the Department of Labor. Keep in mind, I don't know, these are actually not bodies of or elected, bodies of government. They're not. So I don't know where the legality is, but I don't think it is legal that these agencies can make or enforce any laws, because the last time I checked that was actually done under the Congress, and even they have enumerated powers, but it just seems like, we're into this shift of power or, like, do we not have any, we have no precedents, or we have no existing, if no existing laws. I mean, I'm just asking here. And so this has come up before, whether it's on, rent moratoriums or in this case, mocktails and in the workforce. So, and I'm going to paraphrase here really quickly, and I'll go into an actual article out of Forbes that actually, kind of goes into it a little bit more. But it's just, right out of the gate, this is paraphrasing. It looks like, Biden has said this is not about freedom or personal choices. So, what does that sound like to you? And let this one settle in. And this is another paraphrase. He wants to protect the mocktailed versus he wants to protect the mocktailed from the unmocktailed. So, sit with that for a few minutes. And yeah, that's what you got. So with that said, I'm going to give you, we have a response from 6 governors. I'm going to take you through that one right away. Hope you guys are doing well. I want to say hello to Awesome Alice. Awesome Alice, it's been a lifetime. How are you? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And Callie Unknown says it's totally illegal. However, they will get away with whatever we let them get away. Fair point. Fair point there. And Austin Alice says totalitarian. And Callie Unknown says meaning boot on your face. And shout out to Marcy T if Marcy T is in the Black Spring sphere or whatever, dare I say that. Yeah, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of responses that we have from some of the red states. And I have to put that color in the reds there. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen with you. So we do have a response here. And okay, so as you can see here, this is from the Twitters. I will enlarge this so you can see it for yourselves. Okay. All right. So according to this one, it says breaking. The Texas Governor Greg Abbott announces the state already working to halt Biden's mocktail mandate. Quote, power grab. All right. We go on next. The Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt, quote, as long as I am governor, there will be no government mocktail mandates in Oklahoma. And this is coming out of Tennessee, I do believe, quote, this is not about freedom, end quote, is a phrase that should never come out of a U.S. president's mouth for a fight that requires working together. A lot of cynical and divisive edicts came out of the White House today, pitting the mocktailed against the unmocktailed, businesses against employees, and the federal government against states. Now that is the Tennessee Governor, Bill Lee. And for more, quote, how could we get to this point in this country where you would not let them earn a living because of their choice on a mocktail? I just think it's fundamentally wrong. I do not believe that people should lose their jobs over this issue, and we will fight that. That is at Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. And we have one more here coming out of Mark. This is Ronovich. I am reviewing his outrageous actions and will take all legal recourse to defend our state's sovereignty and the rights of Arizonans to make the best healthcare decisions for themselves. So there you got them, folks. 6, 6, 6, 6. Ha! Awesome Alice. Awesome Alice says, where's Georgia on the meter? Not sure. I don't hear you. I hear crickets. Crickets. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Awesome Alice. There you go. Pick up the phone. I guess that's an action project for everyone. Just, to pick up the phone. And maybe I should make some calls myself. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move you onto our article, and we are in at 10:07 right now. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to an article from Forbes, and Forbes goes into it just a little bit more, but we'll do that just for a little bit of reinforcement. Once again, I appreciate you guys so much for coming in, and Awesome Alice always asks the questions. Thank you, Awesome Alice. It's nice to have you in the chat room. All right, okay, so according to this, Biden orders mocktails or test mandate for businesses with 100 or more workers. All right, this is coming from an Andrew Solander. At least this is the penmanship here. President Joe Biden said Thursday the Department of Labor will require companies with 100 or more workers to implement mocktail or test mandates, part of a series of sweeping new measures aimed at boosting the CV mocktail rates. All right, so according to this, these are their key facts, okay? Number one, the emergency order from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, that's OSHA, will impact 80 million workers and require unmocktail workers to be tested at least once a week. Businesses that don't comply with the order could face, quote, substantial fines up to nearly $14,000 per violation, an official told Forbes. The official also dismissed concerns that the rule will result in litigation, telling reporters Labor Secretary Marty Walsh has, quote, a right to do this, end quote, and said the rulemaking will be, quote, done in a couple of weeks and implemented shortly thereafter. OSHA will also develop a rule to require businesses with over 100 workers to provide paid time off to get mocktail and recover from any side effects, according to a White House fact sheet reviewed by Forbes. The administration will also stop giving federal workers the option to submit to a regular CV testing instead of getting mocktailed, with the White House press secretary Jen Psaki telling reporters unmocktail workers will have about 75 days to get their mocktail. Psaki said that the federal workers who refuse to get mocktailed after 75 days will go through the, quote, standard HR process, which includes counseling, end quote, and will face, quote, progressive disciplinary action, end quote. And next, Biden will sign an additional executive order extending the mocktail mandate to contractors to do business with the federal government. And finally, Biden is also expanding a directive withholding federal funds from nursing homes that don't mandate CV mocktails for staff to, quote, most healthcare settings that participate in Medicare and Medicaid, covering 17 million healthcare workers. All right, and here under tangent, Biden's sweeping new CV and economic recovery plan also includes increasing the number of federal personnel deployed to hospitals to treat CV patients, accelerating the distribution of monoclonal antibodies and CV tests, doubling fines for violating the government's mass transit mask mandate, expanding loans and loan forgiveness to small businesses, and pushing for mocktail mandates and regular testing in schools. Right, big number, 652,480. That's the number of CV deaths in the U.S. The U.S. has faced throughout the pandemic, with 1,647 deaths reported on Wednesday, according to data from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. All right, so here your chief critic, quote, a forced mocktail should never be a condition for employment, and this is nothing short of tyranny, end quote. That's from Rep. Jeff Duncan of South Carolina. He tweeted of the mandate for federal workers, with Representative Thomas Massie out of Kentucky adding, quote, people will remember those who did this to them and who did not speak out, end quote. So there's your Forbes take on this. So, it's interesting that OSHA has entered, entered the picture here. It seems like they've been a little bit MIA prior to this. See where they are, right? All right, Old Head Deuce, how are you? Thanks so much for coming in. And yeah, so pretty much that is. So we are making record-breaking time on this Real Under. And so if you did not get to see that conference or the presser, then I'm sure you can, I'll leave you to your own devices to do that. But in a nutshell, and I would imagine that maybe some other states, state governors will come out. To Awesome Alice's point, Awesome Alice always reminds us, that we have other duties that we can do. And to me, that's in the form of an action project. And that includes, contacting your representatives or even your governor. So if you didn't see your governor in that list, then maybe you want to put the squeeze on and do that. And tomorrow is Friday. So I don't know I guess just Google your governor's office or your reps offices. Um, and I did, I don't have a directory for that, but you guys can grab that. Yeah, that's out there for you. So thank you so much. I'm going to take a quick little break, and I'm going to come back and say salute to everyone and have a great night. So I will be right back. This show is brought to you in part by our sponsors. Whether you're interested in health, culture, politics, scripture, automobiles, or music, please check out Derek C. Williams, Killer Whale Channels, The Definition of Anarchy, Marcy T., Joseph Francis Burton, Paralysis by Analysis, Chrysler Imperial H, Little Miss Goth, AZ Infidel, Cold War Jesus, Anthony Scioli, and Let the Truth Be Told. We'll be right back right after this. All right. Well, thank you guys so much once again for coming in. All right. So let's go in for the roll call, shall we? All right. So who do we have on our night on our real under this evening? We have, I see no drum rolls. Callie Unknown is here. Thank you so much for coming in. And J Dog One Party RE. Thank you. And Awesome Alice. She's a veteran around here. It's nice to have her in the building. And let's see, Old Head Deuce is back for more. All right, Old Head Deuce, and I think I had somebody else that was in. Okay, and so just really quickly, we have a comment here that Callie Unknown says that I got blocked from Gavin Newsom's office. Can't call, email, all letters returned to sender. No way. Callie Unknown. I guess you're doing the right thing. Oh my gosh, it's Touchdown Sean. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so you got blocked, huh? Okay. keep that energy going. And an Awesome Alice says, but it's time to hit the phones again. I see cause. She said Biden's tripping. All right. And Callie Unknown says, I do, Alice. There's lots of groups working to help keep those campaigns going. All right. So once again, thank you guys so much for coming in just for this short reel under. And we are at a whopping 20 minutes and 29 seconds. So you guys have a great rest of your Thursday, and I guess a great start to your weekend, wherever that takes you. All right. And I don't know, we'll see you guys around on the next live stream in the comment section, a video, real under. I haven't been doing those moonlight streams, but who knows? We'll see. See how much time I have. I'm running out of time. But yeah. All right, guys, have a great night / start to your weekend.